Listen, most people spend their entire lives trying to master a version of themselves that was never meant to last. They cling to the part of them that eats, that breathes, that hurts, that gets tired, gets overwhelmed, and they forget the part that never grows old, the part that never stops and never dies. What you call your human self is simply the outfit you're wearing in this lifetime. But the part that's wearing the outfit, the presence behind your eyes, that is the real you. See, before you were someone's child, before you was somebody's partner, someone's employee, you were something older, wiser, and far expansive. You existed before the body knew a heartbeat. And you will exist long after the body has taken its final one. But most people never identify with that version of themselves. They identify with their pain, their history, their responsibilities, their mistakes, as if those things are the core of who they are. They're not. They're simply experiences. Experiences you came here to have, not identities you came here to become. When you only identify with the human layer, life feels heavier. You take situations personally. You treat every obstacle like a threat. You forget that you came here on purpose. You came here to learn, to expand, to remember. And that remembering, that's the part most people skip. Because remembering requires you to pause long enough to ask, what part of me existed before this body? What part of me cannot be harmed by what I'm going through? What part of me knows the way even when I feel lost? That part, the part that continues when the physical form expires. That part is the one that's calling the shots. Your intuition, your inner nudges, those sudden knowing, that deep feeling that something is right or wrong, even when it doesn't make sense. That's the real you speaking. The human form is simply the lens you're looking through. But the awareness behind the lens, that's where your true nature lives. You are not here to be human. You are here to experience humanity. There's a difference. The first keeps you small. Now the second keeps you awake. When you remember where you come from, you stop fearing endings. You stop fearing identifying or over-identifying with pain. You stop feeling powerless in the face of life. You know why? Because the real you, the you beneath the skin, cannot be destroyed. It cannot be diminished or defeated. You didn't come here to survive. You came here to express, to observe, to expand, and to learn the textures of joy, of love and challenge and choice. You are more ancient than your birth certificate and more eternal than your physical form. So the next time you feel overwhelmed by something human, remind yourself, I am not just the body having the experience. I am the force inside the body guiding the experience. Once you start living from that place, you stop reacting to life and you begin directing it. You stop fearing life and begin shaping it. Because guess what? The human part of you may get tired, but the deeper part of you, the one that's been here many times before and will actually be here long after, that part never sleeps and that part never dies. Live from there. That is who you really are. Come on now. You got this.